All right, everybody, Michael Cohen here on the Sports Talk Nation. Rutgers falling to Iowa tonight by a score of 38-28. It was a wild football game. It was like a pinball machine in the first half of this game, especially in the first quarter, back and forth, both teams exchanging scores. And really, in the early going, Rutgers really played extremely well in this game, especially offensively. Ethan Kalakamenis was throwing the ball all over the ballpark. Overall, he finished with 330 yards on the day. What we really did in Rutgers today was mistakes. Mistakes on special teams and obviously mistakes at the end of the game. They all totaled up and, of course, led to a loss tonight for Rutgers. Game starts with a kickoff return by Iowa. First play of the game, everyone's just getting settled into their seats. Of course, it's the blackout game. Everyone's excited. The ball kicks off, and then Iowa brings it back for a touchdown, 100 yards, makes it 7-0. Rutgers would respond very, very quickly as Antoine Raymond ran in from 5 yards out for the score that would tie the game at 7, and that's really when we started to get going with this game, going back and forth. But again, I have to harp on this. It was all about special teams. This game was tied at 21 late in the second quarter, and Rutgers misses a field goal that bounces off the goalpost. They could have taken a 24-21 lead at that point, didn't get there. Iowa, in fact, would have missed a field goal down on that far end of the end zone as well, early third quarter. But then Rutgers had another opportunity. There was a great pass by Kalakamenis to Ian Strong at one point on his drive, and Rutgers was in position to do something, but then they stalled at the 10-yard line right here. And then Rutgers lines up for another field goal, and that one gets blocked. And that's really when this game started to turn around just a little bit. Eventually, Iowa would take the lead at 24-21, but Rutgers had one more great drive. Kalakamenis leading a 9-play, 75-yard drive. Antoine Raymond finishing it off with a 1-yard score. Rutgers took a 28-24 lead. So here we are. All these mistakes, right? Block kicks, missed field goals, the special teams problems. Rutgers still finds a way to have a lead to 28-24. But things just did not work out for Rutgers in this game. The defense just kind of fell apart there late stages of the fourth quarter. Quarterback for Iowa, Mark Ronowski, just took over the game, especially from a running standpoint. He only threw for 186 yards in the game, and offensively he only ran for 62 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns, 3 rushing scores, and he took over. He had a 2-yard run here for a score that gave Iowa the lead at 31-28, and that's when that led to this turning point of the game, and that was the pressure that Iowa got on Kalakamenis. The ball popped up into the air, a lollipop picked off around the 35-yard line, 40-yard line, and that's when Iowa got the ball back. They would take that in and score again as Gronowski scored from 1 yard out on a quarterback sneak, and that was really it, folks. 38-28, Iowa gets the win. A tough loss for Rutgers. Turnovers, mistakes on special teams, mistakes defensively as well. Not a great day for Rutgers as they dropped to 0-1 in the Big Ten. 3-1 overall, so that was a big loss for Rutgers because if they had found a way to win this game, it would have been their first ever victory against Iowa. They're 0-5 against them all time, and it would have put them in first place in the Big Ten. They would have been 4-0 overall and 1-0 in the conference, but unfortunately, they are now 0-1 in the conference. They hit the road. They'll be on the road for the next couple of weeks. They'll hit the road for Minnesota and then Washington after that, after a bye week. They don't return here to SHI Stadium until October 18th, as you see over my shoulder, when they will take on Oregon. It will not be easy. So, folks, like and subscribe right here to the Sports Talk Nation. I'm Michael Cohen.